In every vocation, there is a story of answering God's call, a life of service and love for Mama Mary. Let us meet the priests and bishops whose lives and vocation are guided by their devotion to Mama Mary. Welcome back sa Mama's Boys. Sa episode na ito, mas tutuklasin natin ang iba't ibang karanasan at tungkulin ni Father Sherwin Tristan Arumin, SVD, bilang pari, misyonero at lingkod ng simbahan. Mula sa kanyang mga naging karanasan sa formation at komunidad sa Tagaytay hanggang sa pagharap sa mga hamon sa mission fields, malaking responsibilidad ang kanyang ginagampanan sa paggabay sa sambayanan ng Diyos. Samahan niyo kaming alamin kung paano hinubog ng kanyang vocation at experiences ang kanyang dedication sa ministry at pastoral service. Ako po, si Romar Chuka, at ito ang Mama's Boys. Siguro, Father, ngayong, di ba, napuntahan ko na yung generate ba ang tawag doon?
Yes,
yung parang, na-expose ako sa buhay ng mga SVD. Pero gusto ko ma-expose din yung mga viewers natin na what makes an SVD po?
As an SBD, we have particularly three identity. Well, first, we are religious. It means like other congregations, Jesuits, Dominicans, we profess the vows. We have poverty, chastity, and obedience. That's the thing. And we are not only religious priests, we have brothers. So when the brothers, they are not ordained, but we share the same vows, religious vows. At the same time, second, we are international. Ito yung identity naming SBD. We are living in a international community always with different nationalities. For example, dito sa Tagaytay, we have 11 nationalities. So makikita mo para kaming Miss Universe, parang tawag nito, iba-ibang mga nationalities. Halo-halo kami dito from Indonesian, Timorese, Africans.
Pwede mo banggitin tapos kaya nating Father, ano yung mga bansa?
Hindi ko alam kung makakompleto.
Sige, tingnan na natin.
We have from East Timor, we have from Vietnam, we have from Korea, from Slovakia, we have also here Chinese. Yeah.
Ireland
is also here. And then also our
Kenya.
Different parts from Africa. We have Kenyan, Ghanaian, Malagasy, Congolese. So we have also from Congolese, ano pa bang mga
Filipino.
11. Yeah. Bisaya, Ilocano. So hindi lang Tagalog, pero may Bisaya, may Ilocano. So those are things na nakaka-interest, That's sa SBD. Minsan magtataka sila, paano kayo nagsasama? Na kahit na iba-iba yung mga nationality nyo, that we enjoy being together. That's our identity. Hindi yan mawawala sa SBD. It's an international congregation. And then, thirdly, we are missionary. We are sent to different parts of the world. At present, we are around more than 60 countries. So, and the members of the SBD now are around 5,000 plus. So, yun yung three identity naming SBD. We are religious, we are international and missionary congregation. So, kasi yung iba, they are religious but they are not missionaries. Or may mga missionaries din but all local lang, hindi sila international. So that's our identity. It makes unique and at the same time tatak SBD.
May joke po ba kayo? Na SBD?
No, we have this typical joke, kasi this is Mama's Boy about Mother's Mary.
Mother.
And how close the SBD sa Blessed Mother.
Okay.
Kasi sabi doon sa Hail Mary, you pray to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord SBD. So the Lord is considered an SBD.
So tinitingnan ko lang, tinetest ko lang actually for the viewers, kung pare-parehas ang joke ng mga SBD ng mga kaibigan ko. So later on sa ibang SBD tatanungin ko rin yan kung
the common the Lord SBD. So anong congregation ng Panginoon? The Lord SBD sa. Baka white ng mga ibang congregations.
Kasi si Bishop Sam yan din ang shinare sa akin.
Okay.
Yes. Pero tingnan natin kung
consistent kami.
Mukha naman consistent so far sa dalawa.
It's an old joke. I think we inherited from Father Jerry Orbos. So para kanyan.
Let's talk about yung buhay mo sa Rome, Father. Nag 1 year ka doon sa ano. Pero bakit? Why Rome? Ano yung naging process po doon?
Supposedly it takes spirituality, but eventually ended up formation. No. So there's a special course. I took two courses. No, yung isa is sa St. Anselm. It's about higher diploma on formation, human development, and community building. So because we are sent sa different institutions, not only in Rome, for specific task or purpose. No? Halimbawa, yung iba for the Bible, for the canon law. On my part is for the formation. No? So they're trying to groom me or to develop my skills more as a formator to maintain my ministries of formation. So eventually I choose Rome. No? Kasi pabalik-balik na nila ako sa Rome that time. I said, and para maiba naman, no? Because there are other formators who took the formators course sa Manila, no? So sabi ko para ma-break naman and try another culture, another environment. So I went to Rome, and then in the summer program din ng Pontifical Ateneo Regina Apostolorum. So I joined the International Formators course. So with almost 90 plus formators all over the world. So we have a summer program. So those yung mga courses na kinuha ko sa Rome.
Pero hindi siya masters, no?
No, I don't know if it's equivalent masters, but it's typically for formator.
For formators talaga.
And it's a good one din because in that course we shared from different nationalities and formation houses all over the world. Ano yung program nila, anong struggles ng formators, ano yung mga skills na kailangan namin i-develop, especially in today's generation ng mga young people.
Kukwento ko lang sa mga tao na parang contacting you. Naghahanap ako ng, Father, baka may pwedeng ma-interview sa sa SVD Tagaytay. Kasi ako, ini-invite naman ako ever since ni Father Sherwin na magstay dito, mag-overnight para makita din yung international, sinabi mo. So, quote-unquote, Miss Universe. Ano yun?
Miss Universe, different national.
Or Father Universe.
Father Universe,
Ayan, hindi Miss Father Universe or Frater Universe. Ayan, na makita yung international community, which I'm seeing kasi parang kanina before we had itong talk na to, nakamit ako ng Irish, ng Slovak, Chinese. Ano yan?
From Ghana.
From Ghana, from Kenya.
And yes.
From China.
Yung kanina yung mga seminarians.
So, before contacting si Father, I knew already na parang gusto niya ako ipa-overnight, pa-stay lang dito para ma-expose din dito sa community, which is a very warm community. Pero nasa Tagaytay, so medyo cool naman. Cool naman. Pero pagpapasok ka kasi dito via SVD Farm, tapos ang laki ng nung nitong area na to, no? Nung kinokontak ko si Father, sabi ko, Father, baka pwedeng ma-interview yung rector. Tapos parang sabi mo, sige, tingnan natin, di ba? Tapos biglang next na message ni Father is, ako na pala ang rector.
I think the last week when they announced our new mission assignments, kasi we have already new provincials, and after election ng mga new provincials, eventually we will have reassignments, new mission assignments. So I was elected as the I think I'm the 20th rector of this community. I was surprised also because our plan is to interview the rector and just support you in your program. So ngayon, sabi ko, Romar, wala akong choice, ako pala ang rector. So sabi, yan.
So, ayun, ako din nagulat at proud din kasi alam ko, kaibigan ko, may rector na ng Divine Word Seminary. So, let's talk about that, no, yung pagiging rector. Ano ang shoes na kailangan mong i-fill as a rector, Father Sherwin?
The role of the rector is eventually you're the head of the whole community.
Community.
Yeah. The whole SVD community here. Because here, iba-iba kaming units. Units means we have different departments. We have the School of Theology, we have the Divine Word Institute for Mission, we have the SBD Postulancy, and then we have retreat houses here, the SBD Farm. So they have their different heads. But as an SBD community, you're the head of the house, head of the seminary formation. So ikaw yung mag-evaluate, magpo-promote for the seminarians, also the facilities, part of the administration ng mga commissionaries, we call commissionaries sa mga employees, the maintenance of the house, the facilities. So it's both in the formation, administration, and animation, no? Will be one of those who will be animating the community in different programs.
Ano ibig sabihin ng animate? Kasi parang kung sa lay people,
Ah.
drawing ang nasa isip eh.
No, how to encourage them to participate in the programs and activities of the seminary. So parang ikaw yung magli-lead, no? So kung ano man yung mga schedules, mga activities ng seminary, mga conferences, mga talks. So ikaw yung somewhat being the leader of the community. So yun yung kwan.
At saka i-reveal ko na lang din na 'di ba, yung previous rector, sino po ang previous rector?
The one of course, yung transition Father John Biton, then we have Bishop Samuel Agcaracar of Nueva Ecija. So parang yun yung sinusundan ko, no, officially as a rector of the seminary.
So si Bishop Sam, with whom we also interviewed
Yes,
last time sa ano. So na pinapakita mo sa akin kanina ang video, we can include some snippets here, no, dito din na-ordain si Bishop Sam, yung
Yes, dito na na-ordain.
Pero ikaw sinabi mo na nasa back, ano to?
Yeah. We're contemporary with Bishop Sam. He was, I think, third-year theology. Nasa postulancy kami. So we knew each other. No, may bonding din kami dito sa seminary. And eventually, we became
Nagte-tennis din kayo? Kasi di ba tennis?
Tennis yan ang kanya. Tapos sabi niya, nung nalaman namin magiging bishop siya that day, no, usap-usap kami. We went for a coffee shop nung gabing yon. So sabi niya, anong plano mo? Ganyan. So,
sino nagtanong?
Ikaw kami, marami kami. So, we bombarded him with a lot of questions. Anong feeling mo? Ganyan. No, kailan mo tinanggap yung pagiging bishop, etc. And then, we ended up, no, anong plano mo? So, he selected a date, no, February 21, I think.
What's special daw dun sa 21?
I think nothing is special about that one. Then, sabi niya, gusto ko sa Tagaytay. Because he was the rector here. So tapos dito siya na-ordina sa priest. So sabi ko, doon sa Tagaytay. Then we try to research. If we were not mistaken that time. Sabi namin, mga young priest kasama niya, mga formators dito. Ikaw yata yung first na magiging bishop ni ordain sa Tagaytay. So yun yung pa namin. So nalaman namin na gusto niya mag-ordain dito. And then I went home for a short visit sa family. Pagbalik ko, meeting kaming tatlo. No, with some formators and said, ikaw na lang mag-organize.
So ikaw ang ano?
So sabi ni Bishop Sam, so I cannot refuse. So sabi ko, no. So I was the one to head the organizing committee ni Bishop Sam. So dito sa seminary. And one of the reasons din, kasi I was formator sa Christ the King Mission Seminary in 2023. No, aming rector din, no, si Bishop Pablito Tagura, Bishop Pabs of the Vicariate of Occidental Mindoro, San Jose. He was also elevated to the bishop episcopacy. So doon din nag-ordain sa Christ the King. And I was part of the committees na i-ordain nung 2023 ni Bishop Pabs. So siguro yun yung isang consideration din ni Bishop sa during his ordination to appoint me to be the overall coordinator ng kanyang ordination.
Ilan yung, kasi diba, nakikita natin to ngayon, itong chapel na ito. Ano yung maximum capacity ng chapel na ito?
Maximum capacity nito, we're counting around 1,000 lang.
1,000 lang.
Kasi yung sa taas, we can only accommodate around 100 people sa taas.
Tapos, meron sa labas.
Yes, mostly sa labas.
Ang ganda nga, may same-day edit.
Yeah, we put really same-day edit. Yung sa taas ay mga religious na nagpa niya.
Pero ilan ang mga bishops na pumunta dito?
Maybe around 15 bishops, no? Na kanya nag-celebrate or join the ordination of Bishop Sam. Yeah, Bishop Cardinal Chito Tagle was the one who ordained him with our Bishop Pablito Tagura na SVD.
Bakit si Cardinal ang nag-ordain? He teaches here.
Yeah, one of that professor nila.
Professor.
And then Bishop Sam is very close to his family. Si Kuya Manny, and then yung family niya tumulong sa SPD farm. So doon naging connections nila. So he invited him. Pero ang nag-ordain kay Bishop Sam is si Cardinal Rosales, no?
Lolo Densi.
Lolo Densi, of the Batangas, no? Nandun siya. So then si Papa Nuncio, no? Charles John Brown, it was those who are who called celebrating sa ordination.
Ito, speaking of ordination, kasi ito kay Bishop Sam, gusto ko pag-usapan yung sa'yo. Yung ano ang ginawa mo on the day of your ordination? Was it parang gumising ka? What was running through your mind during that time?
Pag-kuha namin, sabi namin, ang bilis ng time.
Bakit?
No, sabi namin, i-ordain na pala tayo. No? Sabi namin sa mga classmates when we were sharing. Because we were all young. That
Ilan
time.
kayo nun?
7 kami.
7.
Na we were ordained. And most of us are collegian. We call it collegian because pumasok kami after college. Kasi associate ang tawag namin sa mga late vocations.
Ano yan?
Associate program.
Okay.
Yung mga may profession na, young professionals who entered. But we entered after high school. Kaya sabi na, parang ang bilis ng time, 11 years sa seminary, tapos i-ordain na pala tayo bukas.
Oo.
And totally magbabago yung life, no?
So ano yun, nasa coffee shop ulit kayo nun?
Dito lang,
Dito lang.
kwento-kwentuhan lang kami. So sabi na nung Kwan, kasi that time we were only 27 years old.
Oo.
Na-ordain kami. No? Almost halos same age kami, 20s, 27, 28. Sabi na, magbabago na yung life, no? Totally Kwan. Kasi syempre, magmimisa ka na, tapos maghihiwa-hiwalay na kami for the mission and also for our pastoral ministry.
So nung deacons kayo, Father, question lang, dito kayo noon lahat?
No, nung na-ordain kami deacon, we have our own parishes.
Okay.
So shout out, no, I was assigned sa Immaculate Conception Parish sa Balayan.
Shout out.
Yan, sa Balayan, Batangas. Doon ako nag-deacon for 6 months. No? Yan.
Tapos, so going back to that, lunch ba yun or dinner na nag-uusap kayo? Ano? So parang, ordain na pala tayo bukas. Yun yung, tapos anong response ng mga kasamahan mo yung time na yun?
Then we go back sa aming mga seminary days. No? Yan, it's a flashback. For me, in that days na before kami ordained, it's always a flashback. When the started ng pagpasok hanggang diminishing. No? And the sense of being grateful sa Panginoon for sustaining us. Kasi during the course, like for example sa college, around 27 kami or almost 30. And then ilan lang kami nagtuloy. Then pagdating ng postulancy, theology. So it's being grateful how God sustained us. No? Kaya nga yung favorite Bible passage ko, John 15 verse 9. No, sabi niya, as the Father loves me, so I have loved you. Remain in my love. So how the Lord asked me to remain despite my unworthiness, mga failures, mga weaknesses. So how the Lord asked me just to remain.
Yeah.
And how the Lord is very faithful. No? That's very important, yung faithfulness ng Panginoon sa akin, yung sustain ng grace niya. So, 11 years was so fast, sabi namin, no? And how He sustained us, how we remain in that mercy, love ng Panginoon to reach this point na ma-ordain tayo as a priest. No?
Tapos, saan kayo di ba Thanksgiving? May mga Thanksgiving.
Yes, Thanksgiving.
Saan yung parang nung sinabi mo na, ako maging pari ako, dapat magmisa ako dito? Meron bang ganong?
Well, usually kasi kami, we go home to aming home parishes.
So, pumunta ka Baguio
Pumunta
po?
ako ng Baguio. I was the first one to have Thanksgiving Mass sa Baguio. Kasi habang nandun pa yung mga relatives after ordination ng December 3. So, I have my Thanksgiving Mass December 29. The following day, mag-New Year na very busy ang Baguio. But my family chose that day para family gathering talaga. So,
Sa cathedral po kayo?
Yes, sa cathedral.
Oh, wow.
So, I had my Thanksgiving Mass sa Baguio Cathedral December 29, 2011. That's it.
Ang joke ko sa kaibigan kong bagong pare, para siyang si Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Well, siya din naman nagsasabi na, Romar, para ako naka-Eras Tour. Kasi kung saan-saan siya nag-Thanksgiving Mass na.
Yes.
Ikaw din ba? Parang ganun din?
The same din kami.
So ikaw, mababanggit mo ba sa akin yung gumanon-ganon ka, Father?
After here, the following day, I went to Batangas,
So
Balayan.
first Mass mo talaga was?
Sa Balayan. Here in Tagaytay.
Here, oo.
Sa St. Bridget, we have a retreat house there with my family after the ordination sa hapon. That's my first Mass with my family, relatives. Then we went to Batangas, Balayan. And then Amadeo, Cavite, sa Pangil because I was assigned there. And then I went, of course, sa mga convents dito sa Tagaytay.
Inisa-isa mo yan?
Kasama yung mga classmates. And then we went to Baguio for Thanksgiving. And then
naman.
punta kami ng, I think Ifugao. My classmates sa Mayuyaw, Ifugao. And then we went to Padada, Davao. And then Davao City. 2 classmates are from Davao.
So
Yes. And then we went to Bohol. Yan.
Gitna.
Sa Bohol. And then Manawag, because my classmate is also from Manawag, Pangasinan. Yan. Ang hindi lang namin napuntahan is Vietnam because Father Peter, yung nakilala mo na. Yan, meron kaming classmates from
Magka-batch
Vietnam.
kayo ni Father Peter?
Yes, magka-class kami ni Father Peter. So yun lang hindi namin napuntahan that time eh. Yan ang kanya. So inikot namin the whole mga classmates namin. And then yung mga institutions namin, like Christ the King sa Quezon City, we celebrated Mass. Then we have also in Novitiate, sa mga schools namin. So yun nga, parang tour talaga, umikot talaga.
Eras tour.
Eras tour. Yeah.
Pero yun nga parang it's also because of the gratitude that a lot of people have contributed to your priesthood.
Yes, that's the purpose of the Thanksgiving Mass, to share the blessing of the priesthood, the gift of priesthood sa mga taong naging part ng aming journey. Especially our friends and benefactors, mga formators namin, naging kasama namin. And we go to the seminaries also. So inspired young seminarians, na once naging ganyan kami. So ngayon napari kami, once we were sitting sa kung saan kayo nakaupo ngayon, diyan kami nagdadasal, so ngayon nasa altar kami. So we share also the inspiring story ng aming vocation.
Going back to your present, to your here and now as rector, yung pagiging rector, what challenges do you think will you have to face itong in the upcoming years po, Father Sherwin?
Yeah, marami.
Marami.
Of course, the formation ng aming mga seminarians, because they would be the one to evaluate and promote. That's a very big task din, because this is the last stage before they will have perpetual vows and ordination. So very crucial then, the stage of their front. And then yung witnessing mo, that's a challenge because you're now the head of the house. So you'll be the role model of all the seminarians and also to yung leading the whole SBD priests and brothers sa community na nasa perpetual vows or senior na tawag namin. So from the professors, some are my professors and some are my formators, that you'll be the one to leading them. Kaya very challenging din na role ng pagiging formator. And then also the administration, Finances is one also, because we know that seminary has a lot of expenses na kailangan namin, So how to get those financial yung donations and support sa seminary to continue yung pagraran ng seminary. So basically, yung sabi ko kanina, my role as a rector is for the administration and formation ng mga seminarians.
Sa pagtatapos ng ating kwento ngayon, makikita natin na ang bukasyon ay isang journey ng pagtugon, pananampalataya at patuloy na paglilingkod. Sa buhay at misyon ni Father Sherwin Arumin, SVD, ipinapakita natin kung paano nagiging daan ang humility, wisdom at dedication upang mas malapit ang simbahan sa sambayanan. Bilang rektor, misyonero at bahagi ng SVD community, patuloy niyang iniaalay ang kanyang sarili sa paglilingkod sa Diyos at sa kapwa. Salamat sa pagsama sa amin dito sa Mama's Boys. Hanggang sa muli nating pagkikita, keep the faith and keep growing.
As I look back, yung mga transforming mga people na na-encounter, like for example, I was assigned sa Bukid Kabataan before, sa General Trias. It's an orphanage. Still communication with some of the young nasa orphanage ngayon is successful na sa kanilang adopted families. So, nagko-communicate pa rin. So, sabi ko, nabago yung naging part kami, hindi kami nakalimutan. Hindi kami maging mayabang, but in humility, we thank God. In gratitude, we are grateful sa harvest na binibigay every year ng Panginoon sa amin, na marami pa rin kaming candidates sa vocation. In Christ the King Mission Seminary, for example, an average of 70 to 80 seminarians, ang population ng aming philosophy.